What's up, guys? We came back over to Nathan's shop. We're going to check out the Land Rover again, finally. I know it's been a while since we did that video and I've been talking about it, but he has got a little bit of progress done on it. All right, here we are, back at the Land Rover again, finally. As you can tell, we got a hole cut in the hood, and that's because it now has a Whipple on it. It's got a 2.9 Whipple. This is a 5.3 with a 2.9 Whipple. It's got AC on it. He had to build a custom plenum for it to relocate the throttle body so that way it wasn't sticking out the front of the truck. And get the hood popped up here. And all right, so there it is. Still missing a few things. He had to fix a bunch of stuff, like all the connectors on the wiring was pretty jicky, and so we're going over all that, fixing it all up. All right, so what bracket did you use here for the AC and the power steering?
It's a quick performance bracket, and they offer the power steering pump and the AC compressor with it. They actually have a power steering reservoir that I haven't gotten yet that goes right there. I had to modify it to accept the Whipple because nobody made this setup.
Yeah.
You know, obviously moving the AC compressor up as being able to used to be down here.
Yeah.
And couldn't fit that because it is a right-hand drive vehicle. You got the gearbox in the way.
And then you got the, what was the name of the mounts and that transfer case adapter?
RW Engineering out of California. They make the mount kit and they make the transfer case adapter. Sorry, it's a mess. We've been this is not my only job. I don't do this for a living. I do this as a side job.
Yeah, you always out of town.
And I had this is originally a non-AC unit vehicle, and so I had to order the under dash part for the AC unit. And since coronavirus hit, I've actually been waiting on that part for about 5 months now.
Yeah, so a lot of the parts that he's ordered months ago still haven't arrived, so this is about as far as he's gotten, and it's getting closer and closer. The only thing right now, it starts and runs, but he's having a little pedal issue, right, with the communication or something.
For some reason the pedal's not communicating with the throttle body.
Yeah.
And so I got to work on that, figure out what's going on there. The harness is from Standalone Solutions, and they did a good job, you know, labeling everything and whatnot. I'm not quite sure. I haven't done a whole lot of
alternator, and then I'm sure they
haven't done a whole lot of digging on as to why the pedal's not working. Obviously you see the big huge hole in the hood. That's not going to stay there. I have a fiberglass guy I'm waiting to get done. He's going to come and raise everything up to fit the Whipple and the intake. And then the mount's moving the motor so far forward. I'm not. It's for the transfer case and everything underneath. That's why I went ahead and wrapped the air filter box around the back. Had the room, I needed to fill it in. I didn't like the space.
Yeah. The other thing too is if you would have left the throttle body here, the intake would have been hanging out here, curving around, which that's the entire piece of the hood. So doing this plenum, you move the throttle body over here. Now you can run your intake back here and use that usable space back there, or put a set of twins if you ever wanted to. All right, let's jump underneath it, take a look at the adapter plate and everything. All right, so this right here is your adapter plate here. This piece bolts to the back of the 6L80. This is a 6L80 adapter, and then stock transfer case here. And it's supposed to keep the drive shafts fairly in the same stock location, everything kind of still in the so that way you can still run all that stuff. The front drive shaft's not in it right now. I think it needs to be lengthened because it does actually move it back just a little bit, but not much. I can't remember exactly how far back it moves it, but that's the only reason that's not in there. And there's some wires that need to be tidied up and stuff moved out of the way. But as you can see, there's the exhaust, how he ran it down and ran it up under to a Y pipe into the MagnaFlow. So it's single MagnaFlow. Obviously it's not done yet. Still need to run all the way out to the back of the truck and everything, but that's pretty much it up under here. But with that, it still retains the factory parking brake and everything. But this is everything under here. There's a better shot of the mount so you can kind of see how they go in. Now you do have to weld them. This is still needs to be painted and touched up and everything, which will be done later. but everything else is pretty much there. It starts, runs, and you can move it, but the issue with the throttle, you can't actually drive it down the road or anything. It's getting close. It's just waiting on those parts. It's kind of holding them up, but he's waiting on a dash. It's under construction, so there's still a lot of stuff going. Here's the shifter. You just push the little button down, pull it back and whatnot to reverse forward, but there's supposed to be an AC unit that goes under here, and he's waiting on that, and that's one of the parts that he ordered months ago that still hasn't arrived. Let me jump in here real quick. And as you can see, it's still got the factory shifter for the transfer case, so the high-low, and but here we'll go ahead and fire it up again so you can hear it. Oh yeah, and it's backwards. That's what it was. So this is backwards. It's not counterclockwise to start, you clockwise to start these. I wish I could give it a good rev for y'all so you could hear everything, but kind of don't have a throttle actuation right now. It's going to be a really sweet unit right here. You'll be able to cruise 80 no problem in this thing. Have AC blowing nice and cold. It's going to be a nice little setup once it's done, and it's really clean. This thing is awesome. Makes me miss mine, but there it is. So whenever he gets those other parts and gets it kind of more buttoned up, and so the last video hopefully will be a more complete drivable setup, we can go take a ride in it. But also this all this will be powder coated wrinkle black to match the Whipple, but this is going to be a pretty nice setup. Can't wait to see it once it's done, and then we'll try to keep track of it, and you'll have to hold out a little bit because, like I said, he's still waiting on the parts. It's been months since he's ordered them, and they still haven't got them in yet. So as soon as those parts come in, he's going to get back on it. He's going to knock the thing out, and then we can go for a drive in the thing once he gets a pedal stuff issue figured out and get it tuned, and should be about 550, maybe 600 horse. So it's going to be pretty salty. So we'll come back and we'll take a little ride. So if you want to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to follow us, and we'll try to keep you updated on all this stuff. So peace.